Oh, so this is Joyce? Okay. Good evening. Welcome to the Common Council meeting, Parks and Recreation Family Service meeting. Today, Thursday, September 4th, 5:30. Present is Councilmember Joyce Love, Councilmember Jack Flynn, Councilmember Richard Conti. And the topic of discussion is a resolution of the Common Council supporting the installation of a mural on the West Hill Community Center commemorating the significant community. The sponsor is Councilmember Joyce Love and Councilmember Robinson. Councilmember Love?
Yes, thank you, Awuso. First, I want to say I'm reading, and it says 4, but it's 5. Whereas, on the 4th whereas, it says, as 4 individuals, it's 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that makes a difference.
Okay, with that said, is there a motion to, any comments, questions?
Hold on, the five, who are the 5?
It's Henry Johnson, Brother Yusuf, Dr. Alice Green, Edwin O'Neill, and Sarah Curry Cobbs.
So the current legislation had 4 people, and now we're doing it for 5 people,
Right,
correct?
now it's 5.
So we're just amending it to put 5 individuals who throughout their dedication to and efforts on behalf of their community, city, and the nation are richly deserving of commemoration of the West Hill Community Center mural.
Yes.
Can I just ask the sponsor how you came up with the 5? I mean, I'm not
Well, what happened
arguing
was,
with the 5.
what happened was they had 4 people, and I requested for Sarah Curry Cobbs to be added on because a lot of people don't know who she is. And I think it's a good thing that people know who she is. There's a street naming after her. But she was a council person, and she sat here in Kelly's seat. She also ran for president of the Common Council. Conti, you must have been here during that time. Okay. Right. And she, Sir was back in the civil rights movement, and she marched with Martin Luther King and others. And I think that she's a figure that should be awarded this mural. I don't have a problem with it, but it was 4 at first, and then I requested it. That's why we had this amendment, but we should make this 5, so we can make it clear. And the other people we all know, I mean, I don't know if, Owusu, you ever met Sarah Curry Cobbs?
No, but I heard a lot of great things.
You heard a lot about her, but we already know who Henry Johnson is. Most of you guys know who Brother Yusuf, he did a lot with the youth. Alice Green just passed. Edward O'Neill was the first black principal in the Tri-City area. So these are people that I've known all, besides Henry Johnson, all my life. So I just think it's a good thing that we're recognizing them. And some of our history is being faded away, and we need not to let our history fade away. So I think it's a good thing that this mural is going up on the West Hill Community Center. Thank you.
Thank you,
Yeah,
Councilmember.
I'm not arguing, like, but was Nebraska Brace part of that, or that's why I asked it?
And you're right. He should be part of it.
No, I get it, I just, yeah.
Yeah, I know Nebraska. I knew Nebraska very well as well. I mean, going back even before I came on the council. So does this then go through like the new commission? Do they? What's the next step after this is passed?
Email from Harry this morning. I couldn't open it up.
Right.
But it said that Jamel responded to him, but I couldn't open it up. And it had something to do
Okay, yeah, well, because it has to be done. I don't, right. No, probably not, because the community center is already under construction, so I'm not sure, but, you can, I mean, you can either amend this, or I don't know if his exclusion would preclude his being included anyway. I don't know, I mean, but I don't know how, in terms of names came up from the community, I don't want to,
So,
The
oh, sorry.
question is, how do we amend this so we can get it passed through? Do this have to go back through the mayor? Do it have to go back to Harry? I'm not sure. So I'm just, if we're gonna add Nebraska's name, I'm not sure how we do this.
So, just for me, I see that, the necessity of this legislation to get passed, and the mirror has already been budgeted for the cost of construction for the community center. Again, this is a resolution, it's a breathe and living document, so if we need to amend as we move forward, I'm okay with it, but I believe that there's a message of necessity to get this out of committee and to get it voted on today to get this done.
I think that, and I think you're right.
Yeah, so,
it doesn't preclude further recommendation if you want.
moving forward.
Correct. Correct. Thank you. Thank you, Jack.
So I'd like to make a motion for positive recommendation for Resolution 697125R to go to the Common Council for a vote,
As amended, yeah.
as amended.
And I'll second.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Abstentions? Nays? Motion passes. Resolution 677125R, as amended, will move out of committee with a positive recommendation. The ayes have it. Is there any further business?
And make a motion to adjourn.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Abstentions? Nays? All right, motion, meeting adjourned.
on, Jake? How you doing? How about yourself?
I'm really sorry about that comparison.
So you really want to play tonight? I couldn't, you know, but I see that you really are courageous to walk over to me and bring that up. But, you know.
Well, look, okay, I'm a Chargers fan. I know it is like doesn't know how to
I don't know why you would even do that to yourself, man. You just hurt yourself with me.
There's a video I saw the other day titled "You Should Not Be a Chargers Fan." It came right into my feed.
That's messed up, man.
Someday I'll get tired of self-hate.
Why you do yourself like that with me, man? You were in good standing.
Our left tackle is already out for the season. Like,
How are they treating you across the street?
it's a lot of work, but it's fun and hot.
Listen, man. I'm happy that you found what you wanted.
I do miss the city work. That's day-to-day stress.
You don't miss it, just to miss it. But good to see you, though, bro.
See you too, and
We gonna win tonight.
hopefully we
Thank you.
Bro, they trying to get rid of Dr. V, bro. You see that shit?
Yeah, but I mean, that's what the problem is with all of this stuff, and you just helping yourself.
My bad.
Yeah, but
I
that's
think
it.
we just voted on.
Oh, we live?
Yeah, but why? Like, who? Like, this is.
All right, where's my list?
We are live.
So are we good? Are we good? Okay, all right. Thank you and welcome everyone to the Thursday, September 4th, caucus and work session of the Albany Common Council. It's our work session prior to our regular meeting. Mr. Jimenez, please call the roll.
Adams. Anane. Valorant. Clark.
Here.
Conti.
Here.
Farrell is absent. Flynn.
Here.
Frederick. Hoey.
Here.
Johnson.
Present.
Keegan.
Here.
Kimbrough.
Here.
Love.
Here.
Robinson. And Zamer.
Here.
11 present. We're also joined by City Clerk Shaniqua Jackson, Corporation Counsel Robert McGee, Research Counsel Robert Wenner, Research Counsel Jake Iceland, Legislative Director Brian Jimenez, and Junior Legislative Aide Carly Johnson.
Okay, so we got a few things to get through here before I jump into the agenda. We got a couple of caucus attendees for appointments. We try to speak to the folks for appointment prior to appointing them. So we will start with Mr. Dare, who's on Zoom. How you doing, Mr. Dare? Can you hear me?
I'm doing well. I can hear you.
Yes. So basically, we're looking to appoint you to our Community Police Review Board, and we'll just try to have folks meet the members for the appointment. So just a brief introduction and why you're interested in joining the board, and we'll go from there.
Okay. Well, good evening, and sorry that I couldn't join you all in person. I'm Malik Dare. I'm currently director at the New York State Senate and the Senate Finance Committee. I view the CPRB as a way of serving and giving back to my community. Residents of the city deserve the right to have a robust rapport with the Albany Police Department. The Albany Police Department deserves to serve a city that respects and appreciates them. That's why I believe the CPRB is imperative. This board provides an opportunity to mend and change the narrative between the police and the community. The city needs a strong police department with strong relationships and ties in the community in order for Albany to be the city that we know it can and should be. It's an honor to be considered for this position, and thank you for taking time to meet with me tonight. I'm happy to answer any questions.
Thank you. Anyone have questions? Seeing none, thank you, Mr. Dare. Looking forward to working with you.
Me as well.
Okay, so moving right along, looking to speak with or hear from James Sotile for the task force on the municipal flag. Did I pronounce your name correctly? Wouldn't be the first time. You just pull the light on and push the button on the mic.
It's James Sotile. I live on 47 Twiller Street in Albany. Do you want me to give an introduction?
Yeah, just basic introduction, why you're interested in.
Yeah, so I have a bachelor's degree in production and media communications, minor in art, and I'm also an attorney. And so I think that I would be well suited for the Flag Commission, and look forward to making the flag a more diverse and symbol to represent Albany.
Okay, thank you. Any questions for Mr. Sotile? No? Okay, seeing none, thank you. Looking forward to working with you, sir. Okay, next, we have on our list, we have Jennifer Richardson, but she's unable to be with us, correct? She's not, okay, do a family, so we will hear from her at our next meeting. So we'll introduce the resolution and then hold it until next meeting when we can hear from her, so. Okay, moving on, next person, Alicia Bacon for the Active Transportation Planning Commission. Thank you. Just a brief introduction, let us know why you're interested in.
My name is Elisha Bacon, and I'm a longtime resident of Albany. I have a master's in Africana Studies. I work in philanthropy, and I'm a freelance writer. And I was interested in the committee as a former pedestrian, as a driver, in making a difference in improving the visibility of our pedestrians and our driving experience for people who drive.
Okay. Seeing none, no questions. Thank you. Looking forward to working with you. Next, we have Benjamin Mackrell for the Active Transportation Planning Commission.
Good evening, Benjamin McCrell. I live in 109 Manning Boulevard. I am a passionate person about active transportation, whether that's accessibility through walking, biking, moving throughout the city by public transit, or even, in fact, driving, as the past person said. I'm a proud parent of an Albany City School first grader, first day today, very exciting. And I'm also a board member with Capital Streets, where a nonprofit group that's focused on exactly those types of active transportation issues, and therefore trying to create a more active streetscape throughout the Albany, Troy, and Capital region to benefit not just the folks who live and walk there, but everybody in the whole community.
Okay. Thank you for that introduction. No questions? Thank you. Mr. Ballerin.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. President. I just wanted to let all the members know that all of these individuals went to the planning department to be selected for this commission, and they all passed with unanimous consent. So thank you all for being here again to meet with the full council. And it's a good thing there's no questions. That just means we're all happy to have you.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Looking forward to working with you.
You as well.
Okay, Mr. Edward Brennan for the Active Transportation Planning Commission.
Good evening, thank you. My name is Ed Brennan of 389 McCormick Road in Albany. Longtime Albany resident. I drive, ride a bicycle, walk, and use the city buses here, the CDTA buses here. I'm also president of the Albany Bicycle Coalition. I am assistant director for bicycle safety for the New York Bicycling Coalition. I've been a member of the statewide Safe Streets Coalition as a representative of the Albany Bicycle Coalition for a number of years. We worked for the state passage of the 25-mile-an-hour law, which we're so happy that Albany has here. And you know, and still active. I'm retired from my regular job and looking to see what we could do here to make the city safer for everybody who has to get around, no matter how they get around in Albany.
Okay, anyone have any questions for Mr. Brennan? No? Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Look forward to continuing to work with you. All right, next we have Celeste Roller Harp for the Board of Zoning Appeals. Hi. So basically just introduce yourself and just let us know why you want to be on the board, and members may or may not ask you questions.
Sure. So my name is Celeste Roller Harp. I'm a trained land use planner, having my master's in urban and regional planning from SUNY Albany. I come from a very long line of family members who have volunteered for 30 to 40 to 50 years in my village's zoning board of appeals and also their planning boards, both my father and both of my grandfathers. So I'm like third generation, just volunteer for planning and zoning. It's kind of steeped in my blood, I guess. Happy to volunteer. I live on 48 South Main Avenue, love Pine Hills, love the city of Albany. I'm happy to be a resident here and, you know, frequent user of our mass transit system, walk our streets every day, many times a day. And yeah, just looking forward to being a part of the BZA.
Yes, thank you for being willing to be a part of the VZA. Mr. Anani?
Yeah, no questions, but just want to say that I looked over a resume, impressive resume, and just want to say thank you for everything that you do for our city and your willingness to serve.
Thank you, so I appreciate that.
Okay, thank you.
You're
Looking
welcome.
forward to working with you. Okay, we're looking for Paige Barnum for the planning board.
Good evening. I'm Paige Barnum. A little bit about my background. I, like Celeste, have my graduate degree in city planning, city and regional planning from Cornell University. I've been a practicing planner for about a decade now. I started my planning career in a small town in Mississippi. However, it was one of the fastest growing micropolitans in the South, so it more than doubled in size in 10 years. But I think what part of the reason I'm interested in serving is not only do I have experience in rural Mississippi, I also have experience with the city of Los Angeles. And I'm a native of the Midwest, Wichita, Kansas. I lived in Chicago, but Albany is now my home for going on 7 years this week, actually. So part of my interest in service is bringing that professional planning perspective to the board and a variety of experiences and perspectives that I think are good for, generating debate and thoughtful conversation about land use issues, because obviously our built environment affects how we, live, work, and play in our quality of life.
So thank you for your interest. Any questions, comments? Mr. Ballerin?
Just a quick comment again, both Celeste and Paige did go to the planning committee and were voted out with positive recommendation. We actually already voted on both these candidates last week, but we do appreciate you taking the time to come and meet with the council and answer any questions that the council may have on your nomination. So thank you.
Okay, with that, thank you.
Thank you.
Look forward to working with you. Okay, and last but not least, I'm sure I'm going to butcher this name, Amaniki Akinyemi, PEG Access? Yes. Okay, that was close.
Hello.
So just a brief introduction, let us know why you're interested in.
Yes, my name is Omanika Akinyemi. I'm interested in serving on the PEG board because I am a filmmaker, dancer, and choreographer. I've lived in Albany since 2005, and I have an interest in making sure that the public access television station is one that people of Albany can really benefit from, that it's a place where they can also get some training on how to make videos and improve their skills. I think with public access television, everyone should have an opportunity to be on TV and feel that they are heard, to tell stories that happen within our region in their own voice, and I'm really excited about seeing that happen.
Thank you. So any discussion? Mr. Ballerin.
Okay, I'll be brief again. Again, she passed our PEG committee interview with unanimous consent. At that same meeting, we also voted for us to switch U Albany from St. Rose as a community partner for our PEG board. That is on the agenda for today. U Albany is here with the representative that they would be selecting to be on the board if the body wants to hear from them. But thank you again for being here, and take your time to meet with us.
You're welcome. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Is that something you want to do? You want to bring the... Who are we talking about? Okay, so is it Mr. Rumsey or who?
So just if people wanted to meet who U Albany's looking to appoint as their representative. They're here, so I appreciate the fact this is not something we normally do. Normally, we allow our different community partners to select, and we don't actually even get to meet them. So the fact that they were here, I want at least give them the opportunity to speak with us.
Thank you all. My name is Mary Hunt. I'm the Director of Public Engagement for the University at Albany. That's part of the Office of Government and Community Relations. I'm a UAlbany alum with my Master's in Communications. I have been Rockefeller College's Director of Communications for many years, and I'm also a former television professional. I worked at WMHT, member-supported public TV and radio, for over 20 years, when it was in Rotterdam and now it's in Troy. As a producer, a writer, I was their voice talent for many years. Lots of roles. When you work in public TV, and I'm sure in public access, you learn lots of different trades. So I'm delighted to represent UAlbany if you'll have us. We're delighted to take this opportunity to help to further the mission and the goals of PEG.
Thank you. Any questions? Okay, seeing none, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, that rounds out the folks that were attending that are slated for appointment. And moving right along, I will jump into the agenda. So under approval of minutes for previous meeting, be offering the August 4th of 2025 meeting minutes as well as the August 18th meeting minutes for approval. All right, no local laws. Onto ordinances introduced by Mr. Conti's ordinance 1991-25, ordinance amending chapter 375, the USDO of the code in relation to sidewalk and outdoor cafes. There'll be a referral to the planning committee. The next, also by Mr. Conti's ordinance 2091-25. It's an ordinance amending dealing with parking meters, chapter 359, our code, and relation to renaming Columbus Day to Francis Xavier Cabrini Day. That will go to law. The next, also by Mr. Conti's ordinance 2191-25 is the ordinance to repeal chapter 75, policy documents repository of the code of the city of Albany. There'll be a referral to the council operations committee. That has to do with the city clerk's office. That's it for ordinances introduced. The next into ordinances held by Mr. Anani. We'll be dealing with ordinance 2381-24. The ordinance dealing with the USDO in relation to adding 2, 3, and 3-unit detached buildings as permitted in the MUCI districts that passed the planning, and we're moving forward with it. That's 2381-24. The next ordinance, also by Mr. Anani's.
Kelly?
Right. Right. The seeker resolutions. First, we do. Yep. Yeah, we talked about that. I'm a little slow on the uptake today. So, yeah, on to the next ordinance is 68-121-24, ordinance amending the USDO in relation to permitting accessory dwelling units. And again, thanks to Mr. Conti, we will be doing those resolutions for the seeker prior to these. So we'll have to take those out of order. The next ordinance by Mr. Valorans is 241-25. It's ordinance It's in relation to PEG access oversight and changing the composition of the board, and it was adding the University at Albany in place of St. Rose, which we just discussed. So that was 24125. Okay, then next on to resolutions introduced. There's resolution by Mr. Balleran, 989125R, and these resolutions have to do with the appointments. It's 989125R, that was Mr. Macro to the active transportation. The next, also by Mr. Balleran, 999125R, it's Mr. Brennan to active transportation. Next, by Mr. Balleran, resolution 19125R, resolution appointing Elisha Bacon as member of active transportation. And next is Mr. Anani's resolution 1019125R, resolution of council appointing Jennifer Richardson as a member of the task force on the municipal flag. We'll just be introducing that, and I guess we're going to wait until she can attend before we move ahead with passing that. The next, by Mr. Hoey's resolution 1029125R. It's a resolution of council appointing Malik Dare as a member of the Community Police Review Board. Then moving on, Mr. Balleran's resolution 1039125R, resolution of the council appointing Amaniki Akinyemi as a member of the PEG Access Oversight Board. Then next, Mr. Anani's resolution 1049125R, resolution of council appointing Mr. James Sotal to the task force on the municipal flag. And next, following that, we will have Mr. Adams, resolution 1059125R, resolution of council celebrating September 1st as Labor Day. We're typically all co-sponsors on that. The next resolution is by me, resolution 1069125R, is resolution of council recognizing September as Suicide Awareness Month in the city of Albany. Then next by Ms. Frederick, is resolution 1079125R, is resolution of council recognizing August 31st, 2025 as International Overdose Awareness Day and supporting New York State's recognition of Overdose Awareness Day. Then next, we have Mr. Johnson's resolution 969125R. That's the pilot. Mr. Brennan, you want to? We're just going to come up that have. Does anyone, for starters, have questions on the pilot for the steamboat pilot? There's a memo in the packet. It's like a brief that explains what it is. Anyone? No? Yeah. Yeah, steamboat too. It's resolution 96, it should have been highlighted. It's resolution 969125R by Mr. Johnson. Anyone? Bueller? No? Okay, all right. The memo did the trick. All right, sounds good. Okay. Okay, next on to resolution 9125R. My resolution, honoring the contributions of Maggie Massinelli Cahill to the city of Albany and renaming a portion of North Pearl Street in her honor. That's down in front of Capitol Rep. She's a huge supporter and advocate for Cap Rep. And so that'll be a referral to the General Services Committee for further discussion. That's resolution 9125R. The next in resolutions, which we're going to take out of order, is resolution 10891 25R by Mr. Anani. It's a resolution for the seeker review of ordinance 23. So what I'll do is I'll do these prior to getting into the ordinances. I'll just front load it, do the two, and then we can go through that. So that's resolution 10891 25R and 10991 25R, resolution for the seeker for ordinance 68 121 24. Okay, then we have an item to add by majority consent by Mr. Anani. It's resolution 11091 25R. It's a resolution of the council approving an emergency limited scope agreement between Michael L. Goldstein and the City of Albany Common Council. That's Mr. Anani's will add that and then move forward with that. Did I leave anything off, Mr. Jimenez or Madam Clerk? I did.
There was a new Commissioner of Deeds.
Oh, yes, yes. I have the updated list with maybe about 10 names on it. Oh, you know what? Yeah. Hold on. Let's see. Resolution. What number was that?
It's 69, 71, 25.
Is it on? I don't see it on. One sec. I know it's supposed to be on here.
That was resolution 6971. Yeah, it just passed out of committee today. That's why it wasn't on the agenda. I don't recall that we've had a committee meeting on that one just yet.
Want to add to under resolutions, well, in resolutions held, passed the Parks Committee tonight, resolution 697125R came out with a positive recommendation. It's the installation of the mural on the West Hill Community Center. So we'll be moving forward with voting on 69.
Just to clarify, it does seem like we will be having a general services meeting on the 8th to take care of 3 honorary street namings, of which Madeir will be included.
What, one more time?
There will be a general services meeting on the 8th where that resolution 938125R is going to be discussed.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
I have some questions about 110-9125R, the emergency limited scope agreement for Michael Goldstein.
Yep.
Can we confirm that that's specific to carrying on his ability to represent them in litigation, and that we aren't going to be seeing bills for other types of legal services as a result of continuing the resolution?
Yeah, I mean, I worked with Mr. Wenner in drafting this, but it is explicitly limited to the litigation that they have active currently. There's 3 cases, and those are referenced in the agreement, and then there is a statement to the effect of, confirming that this retainer is just for those cases and nothing else.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Sure.
Can we just get an overall update on that? Because I think we've put the CPRB in a poor position here, and it's even to do this resolution now, when this litigation's been ongoing for 2+ months, and I'm still unsure as to why Attorney Goldstein is even in this position when the contract was signed. So I still feel a little bit in the dark on all of this, and would like more information.
Yes, and there was, we planned an executive session, but it's at the end. So I guess if members had issue, I mean, we could, the idea was to try to get them in, get them going as soon as we could. I mean, did you have a chance to look at it or no? You probably just got it.
No, I'm saying that I support the resolution. I think it's 2 months too late. I don't have a problem with the resolution. I just have a problem with the overall process. We've had the CPRB contact us multiple times that they wanted to continue working with this attorney. So we can talk about an executive session, but I still think there's points that should be talked in public comment as well.
Okay, that's fine. And he, just so, for the record, he has been still working for him. He's been, yeah, he's working for him. He hasn't left the case, no. Is there, you need any other, and again, Mr. Winter probably would be most helpful because he's been.
I just have a follow-up question on that too.
Sure.
Because when we discussed an executive session, we talked about the issues surrounding the continuation of the contract and the notification, all of those things. But part of that discussion included having to actually go through a formal RFP process because the contract had expired. Are we at risk of violating any form of state or federal finance laws by not actually doing an RFP to bid for the contract?
The work involved in the litigation that we anticipate happening under this agreement would be below the monetary threshold that will require an RFP.
Right, and I think the way that we came to be in this discussion was this suggested by Mr. Goldstein, coming to some kind of agreement on this?
That's right.
So.
Again, I'm not saying that I have a problem with tonight's resolution.
So does anyone have further questions for Mr. Winter regarding the contract? No? Okay. All right, so now we're at So that was actually it for the agenda. I think I covered everything, right? Yep. And then, of course, the Commissioner of Deeds at the end there. So with that, Ms. Frederick.
Just an update for Finance Committee as well as all council members. We will be sharing a draft Finance Committee schedule for the upcoming budget season shortly. I just need to make one tweak here. Thank you to Brian and team for putting this together. And we ask that you just take a review when you receive it, and if there's any dates that conflict, please let us know as soon as possible. Obviously, need to maintain quorum and want to make sure that we get as much representation as we can during these discussions. But that should be coming out, if not by tomorrow, by first thing Monday.
Mr. Hoey.
Yeah, and I'm going to ask my colleagues for their indulgence. My sister, Maureen Duffy, passed away this morning and from breast cancer. And when we have our moment of silence, I would really appreciate it if you just keep her in your thoughts, and if you want, so move to say a prayer for her family especially. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Hoey. All right, so that's it for the agenda. Any further discussion on anything? Nothing? Anything we can talk about? All right, Mr. Hoey.
Yes.
I thought we were going to be pressed for time.
One of the positive things I'd like to talk about is we're working, Jamel and Derek are working on the Youth Safety Hour, and they can probably talk a little bit more, but I'm very excited about it, and I'm glad that this legislation is being worked on. I did miss the meeting today, but I did hear back that was very good. And I don't know if they would like to share anything on it. I don't mean to put them on the spot, but I think this is a move in a positive direction, and I'm hoping that this is going to make a big difference in the city of Albany. And I want to thank them both for doing this. Thank you.
Mr. Robinson, you want?
Yes, there's still legislation that we're still actively working on. It's called Youth Safety and Support Hours, and it's a legislation meant to address and encourage youth to stay at home during certain hours, but also those youth who are found outside of the home on certain hours. They have the opportunity to attend support hubs, which are recreational spaces that will are meant to teach them life skills and give them support, whether it's housing support, if it's nutritional support, any type of support that the youth may need. That's kind of the intent of the legislation, but again, we're holding community meetings, still getting feedback, and so we plan on introducing the legislation in a future council meeting. Yep.
Now, I would just add that it's an opportunity for other parts of the community to step up to address, the lack of opportunities for kids at those hours. So I hear people and their concerns. A lot of it is directed at law enforcement, but I always say the law enforcement piece is the final piece, and it's opportunities for us to catch kids and provide them with structure and direction. So when people think about this, I think that it would be beneficial to think about all the things that are good in your communities that possibly could lend a helping hand to what is going on in the inner city. So I think that it's an opportunity for us to send a message to youth that people care and are actively trying to figure out solutions to some of the struggles that they face on a daily basis. So I'm looking forward to it, and I think that it's going to bring some solutions to some kids that need it. And all we have to do is create safe spaces. Kids will come to the, and that saying, if you build it, they will come. This is a unique opportunity for us. So thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Johnson. Mr. Clark?
Just another question on the CPRB issue. On the agenda, we typically have communications from mayor, department heads, other city officials, presentation of petitions and communications, and I just wonder why we continue to get official letters from the CPRB chair but never have that presented. So I'm not sure why we have those items listed on the agenda when I don't even know if I recall if we actually read it into the record or discuss it, but I think we had a recent letter from the chair dated August 29th, and it seems that it'd be appropriate to have that as part of this agenda tonight. Thank you.
Okay. Saying communications with mayor, department heads, and other city officials?
Either that or the presentation of petitions and communications. And if it's not appropriate, I just would like to know why or when we do have those items discussed.
Mr. Winter, your thoughts on that? Or actually, Mr. Iceland's still with us, right?
It has been used in the past,
Yep.
but very sparingly, and it's probably, it goes way back in terms of what it was meant to be, but really hasn't, really been used as it should. So I think where there was a mayor's veto message, for example, it would be used there.
Yeah.
Or if there was a mayor's message of necessity in a local law, it was used there. I think when we receive reports from departments, it should be used there, so it's formally in the record that we've received a certain report that's mandated. It could be used more so than it is right now. I don't know where the CPRB would really fall in, since they're not technically a department or city official. It has been used, I know in the past, for petitions, when we've had a petition on a zoning issue, but it's been used sparingly. And I think there have been some proposals for reforming the rules that would make some clarifications there. The rules themselves do need a lot of reform.
Okay, I mean,
Can I just ask, I'm sorry to.
No, go ahead.
Are those the communications that we've gotten via email? Are those recorded? Where are they recorded? Does the public have access to it?
Yeah, that's a good point.
Due to the sensitive nature of the communication in question and the fact that it's related to a specific personnel matter involving a certain employee of the city, it's not something that would be appropriate to publicly notice. To the extent it's discussed here, it should probably be handled in an executive session.
Right, and then also in consideration of any lawsuits or anything like that.
Yes, that would speak to the sensitivity of the matter and its suitability for executive session discussion rather than public notice and public discussion.
Just to clarify, so you're saying any of the formal letters we've received from the CPRB would not be considered available to the public or public documents?
Oh, I'm not saying that. The public, I think the public should have anything that we have.
Since they were probably all discussed in a public meeting, I'm just want to make sure I understand. Are you making a distinction in terms of certain communications? I mean, the letters themselves were formal letters.
There is an outstanding issue of CPRB communications not being sent to the council's office, so we're unable to organize anything unless that happens.
Mm-hmm.
So I would say,
I mean,
Yeah,
I think like any official communication to the council, it should be to the city clerk as clerk to the council, and maintaining those records, so then staff would handle that.
so we'll have to direct them to direct it to the clerk's office and again, in terms of sharing, I know the lawyers are on top of stuff because of any potential legal issues, but again, if it's public, it's public. That's the way I look at it. But the personnel stuff, I know is a different realm. So we're not going to figure out in this minute how to address it in this moment, so we'll just have to be mindful in moving forward. Anything that isn't sensitive, make sure it's provided to become a part of the record. No, I'm saying moving forward, we'll just make sure the stuff is all included. As long as it legally can be included, we'll add it. We can add it to if it comes before a particular meeting and they're presenting it, then we can add it to the record.
Okay. I would also just reiterate that a lot of communication, council staff nor myself were not included on those emails, so we wouldn't be privy to knowing what that is unless it's forwarded over to.
Right, and yeah, so I'll either forward it or request that the CPRB or whatever board it is include you in on the communication, and that way you'll have it. All right. So with that, Mr. Ballerin.
I'm going to be honest before I say this. I'm a little hesitant to bring this up because I'm not trying to open up a Pandora's box, but I do think it's important that members are aware. We are going to be voting on a new appointee for the Police Review Board. And I do know that there were some emails that went out regarding who the board would like for us to consider being who we replace with this appointee. So I'm not sure if it's better to handle this now or during the meeting, just so that we can try to flush it out. I'm not sure, but I'd rather at least have a conversation about it. If brief or intense, at least have a conversation about it. So I'm putting it out there if anyone has any concerns about that.
Mr. Conti.
Yeah, I didn't look at the resolution close enough, but does the resolution itself specify a term? Because the resolution would specify the term for which the candidate is being appointed, and I didn't look at it, and so I'm fumbling now.
Hold on.
What resolution number is it?
I guess it's 102-91-25.
Right, I don't believe, just thinking about it now, that it does have the term in there, but it does have the member that's being replaced in there, which would speak to the term. It should be in there explicitly. It should be more explicit.
He's being appointed to fill the vacancy by Vanelia Harden.
Yeah.
For a term expiring October 26, 2027.
Okay.
And I think that was the one that they wanted, right?
That was what?
I don't.
The one that was held out?
Yeah.
What?
I mean, if I read the email correctly, and again, I'm like I said, I hesitate bringing this up, but I'd rather have it.
And you want me to explain it?
Yes.
So what Mr. Byron is saying is that there was a request from the CPRB that we switch members, but typically the person that's the holdover and been held over the longest gets replaced, not because the chair just just resigned, which she's been out maybe a month and a half, but Dr. Harden has been held over from last year. So we typically go the furthest out, the longest holdover. But they requested that we switch them and
No, I understand. I just wanted to make sure the resolution does specify what the term is and who he's replacing.
Any,
Yeah.
Mr. Anani and then Mr. Johnson.
Yeah, and I think what Alfredo was trying to get at is particularly, and not speak for him, but his thing is, I get it, the individuals that we have interviewed for the CPRB, well-intended, impressive resume, they're very experienced, but I do have some concerns that we're getting rid of a board member who hasn't finished out their term to replace someone. I think that's going to further the distrust, particularly with the CPRB and its council. There are some people on the board, we appointed them to finish out their term. After their term is over, we can make a determination if they could continue or move forward. We cannot do it before their term is up, and that's why I have some concerns about what we're doing with the CPRB, and I think a lot of us, from Hyde to Alfredo, other people have some concerns about the decisions that we're making regarding the CPRB, and I hope that we're we're acting with a sense of sensitivity towards the CPRB, but also understand what is at stake and all the trust that we have built with the CPRB. So,
Yeah. So, but just to be specific, Dr. Harden's term actually already ended, so she's been held over. So she's not being cut short of her term. She's almost a year over. I don't know how long, but over her term.
Yeah, and she's term limited also.
Can I?
Right.
Can I just?
And so, just one second, Mr. Johnson.
So at a time when there's a bunch of change in the CPRB, I think that one of the points that it was brought to my attention that there are open seats that if we wanted to bring someone new to the board, that they can fulfill one of those seats. I think it's a lot of undermining going on when it comes to the CPRB, and I feel uncomfortable with how things are going down, because we ask people to come and be a part of this process, and for a person who has been serving on the board for 10 years, that says a lot about her commitment to the board, and to be handled like this, I'm uncomfortable treating someone like that has been dedicated to this body of work. And I'm uncomfortable with a lot of things. I've shared my feelings, and I also listen to how others feel. And I just think that it's a lot of one-way conversations going on and decisions being made off of the one conversations, and when people bring rebuttals to some of the things that are being said, is being ignored. And so I would love to see Dr. V continue, because she's the one that's been doing the actual hands-on work during a lot of this transition, and so to take her out of the conversation, it was conversation about taking the attorney out of the conversation, and these are the many concerns that people voiced when the conversation went in the direction of the CPRB coming to the city. And so now all of these things come to the surface. I just think that it sends the wrong message to people that are concerned about the whole need for a CPRB. And as we go through these meetings, and if you follow Facebook, it's still encounters that people are having with our law enforcement that show that it's a true need for the CPRB, and we need people that really understand what goes on when people are come in contact with law enforcement. And I fully support law enforcement being respected by the city, but I also fully support the residents being respected by law enforcement, and that isn't the case when people are out there one-on-one with law enforcement. So this body needs to be respected. The work that they do is important, and the people spoke that they wanted the CPRB to have a presence in our city, and it just seems like it's been a real difficult way for the work that they're trying to do to address the issues that are in our city. So I just, like I said, I'm uncomfortable with some of the things that are transpiring. Thank you.
Mr. Ho, were you trying to?
I just wanted to give a point of information that it was 2 years, Dirk, and Dr. V approached me late last year, said, let me stay till January of 2025. I'll stay there to get the work done. So when we did the legislation, it was before we got that email. So I just wanted to let you know, the thing. Now, we have another interview in 2 weeks. We have 2 people applied for 1 spot. And I just want to let you know, I did talk to the mayor on Tuesday when I went in to talk about the roads and speed bumps. I said, Mayor Sheehan, why won't you appoint anybody to the CPRB? They're down 3 appointees. 3. So we have 6 people doing the work that's supposed to be 9, splitting it up, and the mayor goes to me, well, nobody wants to serve that we ask. And I said, you really got to, it's not fair to the members that we put on that they're doing all the work and you have that capability. So I just wanted to put it out there that you understand there's a lot more moving parts to this than just what you see. Thank you.
May I
Ms. Zamer,
quickly,
yeah.
I just, I think this is like a long overdue conversation that we need to have, the council needs to have. We have, all of us have a lot of questions, and, but we have a really full agenda tonight, so I don't know if we could call a special meeting to discuss this specifically. I feel like what's been going on with the CPRB and the council deserves its own space, and we just have a very long agenda tonight. So I don't know if we can have a special meeting or devote a caucus to talk solely about this.
Yeah, I mean, we can try, the intention was to have an executive session after this, but there is a long agenda. We got a lot of stuff on it. So we'll see, but yeah, we're going back to Wednesday. Yeah.
So maybe that could.
Yeah, we could.
And this will be it.
Oh, Mr. Ballerin and then Mr. Nani and then
So,
Mr. If you want.
I know. I apologize.
It's yours.
And so just to be clear, the reason I brought this up is because I voted for Mr. Durr. I thought he did a really good job in the interview. We just brought him back today, and I didn't want to see this go down because members have some hesitations based on the emails that we received. So that's why I'd rather have the difficult conversation now before we brought this up for a vote versus possibly not having the votes to pass it because of individuals having some concerns about the email that we received over the weekend. So, I'm not sure how people feel about moving this forward, or should we table this, or what people feel about this specific resolution.
Mr. Nani, and then we'll.
Thank you, Councilmember Ballerin. And I also agree. I think we should table Resolution 102-9125R. Again, the candidate is qualified, but when I read the last, now therefore be it resolved, Malik is hereby appointed by the Common Council as a member of the Community Police Review Board to fulfill the remainder of the term. Reverend Harden has been serving, expiring October 26, 2027, all right? So I just think that we should table this legislation. There are some people that have some concerns about this resolution, and I don't want this to negatively impact a qualified candidate because people have questions.
We're trying
so
to get
I'll be voting no.
And that's fine. We're trying to get Mr. Dare on. I think you're misunderstanding and thinking that for some reason that Dr. Harden's being cut short. She's gone long. And I'm one of the people that brought her to the board, so I believe in her and I believe in the work that she's been doing, but I think you're thinking that we're doing something, maybe they don't agree with it. The email has to do with a request for them saying, you know, can we switch this person for that person? That's not what we usually do. And so that's really what it boils down to, this discussion to say, yeah, we'll replace this person and not that person, or, but in any case, Mr. President.
It is now Thursday, September 4th, 2025, Albany Common Council meeting to order. Can the clerk please call the roll?
Adams. Anani. Ballerin.
Here.
Clark.
Here.
Conti. Here. Farrell. Flynn. Here. Frederick. Here. Hoey.
Here.
Johnson.
Present.
Keegan. Kimbrough.
Here.
Love.
Here.
Robinson. Zamer.
Here.
14 present, 1 absent.
Thank you. And will you please stand? And after that, a moment of silence. Thank you. We'll now move on to our public comment period section of the agenda. Public comment period, you have 5 minutes to speak upon any issue you wish to. When you get to the desk, please state your name, and you don't have to give your address, but the city or town that you live in. When the light turns green, you can proceed. When you see yellow, that means you have 1 minute remaining, and the red light means conclude your comments. Once again, council members cannot answer any of your questions during public comment period. If they choose to comment or answer anything you state, they will do so later, another portion in the agenda later on in the meeting. So with that being said, can the clerk please call the first speaker?
Marlon Anderson.
Good evening, Council. My name, of course, is Marlon Anderson. I live in the city of Albany. I've come forward, and I have a question for you in the Council. When did we in America start running towards having a police state? When did democracy die? I'm coming forward because I was shocked and appalled to read a proposal that came forth about imposing a curfew on the youth in the city of Albany, and among other things, having hubs to house wayward children. And again, I ask you the question, when did we start running towards a police state? Again, we have a majority African American city, and we don't need another pipeline to prison in this city. We have enough pipelines to prison. We have our kids that live in that culture all their lives. We're just going to continue to pile the penile culture on the kids of the city. Just because one child made a foolish mistake, which we need to examine what led to that foolish mistake that we saw that happen on the 4th of July. Just because one child had a foolish mistake, keeping up with a culture that has been cultivated, which is what we really should be focusing on, and not creating a curfew that's penalizing all the children in this city. You are now going to put the children under lock and key. You're going to force the children to be under lock and key. You're going to force the children to be held against their will and force their parents to have to come to pick them up. And as from what I'm understanding, it will progress to the parents eventually being held and picked up. Again, I ask you, when did we become focused on having a police state? What happened to the concept of freedom? You want to waste millions of dollars to create hubs in the city, but you can't fund enough police officers to patrol the streets. It's called misspent effort and misspent time. We don't need curfews. We don't need a police state. The kids don't need to be held under lock and key just because of the mistake of one foolish child keeping up with the clique, keeping up with what's quote-unquote cool in the street. I wonder if anybody even talked to that child about why he felt he had to have a flare gun. What was the impetus of him having to have that flare gun? That is the point that we're missing in trying to address youth crime. What is the impetus? Where are they getting this from? And I can tell you right now, a curfew is not the answer. It's just another imposition on the quality of life of black people in this city. So I can tell you right now, just to let you know, if you move forward with that curfew, I will be front and center and in front of the effort to stop it. There are better ways and better solutions to address teen issues in the city. There are more important concerns to be addressed in this city than teen issues, teen violence in this city. You got a city that's overrun by vagrancy. You got a city whose quality of life is gone because of vagrancy, and you do nothing about it. You want to put street psychiatrists on the street. Take that money and put it towards putting police on the streets. Get patrols up and down the streets. Clear the corners. Address the culture, negative culture where it is. But do not penalize the entire youth population of the city of Albany because of the mistake of one poor, misled teenager. And that's basically all I got to say. No to curfews. No to police state mentality. And I just want to remind some of you that might know, if you were young enough, when you went to the boys' club itself closed at 9:30. Thank you.
The clerk, please call the next speaker.
Rick North. Rick North.
Thank you for the opportunity to speak tonight. My name is Rick North. I'm from Wellesley, Massachusetts, and I'm a member of Safe Water Albany, having many family and friends here. My background's in nonprofit health management with long careers with the American Cancer Society and Physicians for Social Responsibility before I retired. This summer, I read this memoir by James Friedman. He's the former president of Dartmouth. He was an English major. He loved to read, and titled his book, Finding the Words. It hit me that this is exactly what so many of us have tried to do. Find the words that would inform and persuade you not to make one of the biggest mistakes of your life, fluoridating the water. Maybe we never found them. We've shown you overwhelming evidence that fluoridation has little, if any, effectiveness. Here's the graph of State Department of Health data showing no difference in cavity rates between fluoridated and non-fluoridated counties. Here's WHO data showing no difference between fluoridated and non-fluoridated countries. And the Cochrane review, the gold standard of evaluating effectiveness, showing the fluoridation reduced cavities between 0 and a tiny 1/4 of one tooth. It may have worked 40 years ago. It doesn't now. Regarding health harms, we've quoted some of the top experts in the world. Scientist Linda Birnbaum, former director of the National Toxicology Program. It's time to protect kids' developing brains from fluoride. Pediatrician Dimitri Christakis, editor of the Journal of the American Medical Association, Pediatrics. I would not have my wife drink fluoridated water if she were pregnant. Scientist and dentist Harvey Leibenbach, former president of the Canadian Association of Dental Research. The evidence that fluoridation is more harmful than beneficial is now overwhelming. We cited the National Toxicology Program, the highest level review in the country. Higher fluoride levels are, quote, consistently associated with lower IQ in children. Several of the highest quality studies were at levels in fluoridated water. We presented the landmark ruling of the federal court last September that said fluoridation, quote, poses an unreasonable risk of reduced IQ in children. And so many other statements. Leading scientists equating fluoridation's permanent brain damage to lead. European nations banning fluoridation because it wasn't ethical, taking away choice and the right of informed consent in taking a drug. And a mother whose autistic son suffered extreme pain for years until she quit fluoridated water. Within a week, he was free from his pain. This boy was just one of 3 examples we gave you of people suffering from hypersensitivity to fluoride, just as people can have severe reactions to peanuts, penicillin, bee stings, and others. According to studies from the National Academies of Science Review, at least 1% of the population are afflicted. That's about 1,000 people in Albany who will immediately suffer some kind of reaction. Joint pain, headaches, rashes, digestive disorders, fatigue, or others. And the vast majority of them will never know why. Finally, we told you that over 60 cities nationwide have ended fluoridation since the lawsuit ruling, with no cities, 0, starting it for the first time. Albany is moving backwards while much of the country is moving forward. James Friedman found the words, but his book isn't any good unless you read it. Maybe, just maybe, we also found the words, but they're not any good unless your eyes are open to seeing them and your ears are open to hearing them. And I'm profoundly sad for the citizens of Albany who will pay the price with their health, especially those low-income families who can't afford to buy expensive filters or bottled water to avoid it and protect themselves and their children. They have no choice. This is your legacy. Thank you.
Thank you. Can the clerk please call the next speaker?
Keith Irish.
Good Thursday evening, Common Council members present. As you know, my name is Keith Irish, currently residing in the 9th Ward as a lifelong city resident. I'm before you tonight to discuss at least 2 items you have on your agenda. Both relate to public education and government access issues. Be sure to put your phones and tablets down, as you should for all public commenters, to listen carefully to what we say and why we say it. You might learn something. Your ad hoc PEG committee had a meeting on Tuesday, August the 19th, to which only 2 of its 3 members showed, and none of the rest of you attended either. Also note that that meeting did not have the required 10 working days notice of it being held. It was only 7 calendar days. First, Ordinance 2.41.25 was finally discussed after being introduced back in April. It is to change one position makeup of the PEG Access Oversight Board. Though I am fine with the premise of this ordinance changing this makeup, what I am opposed to, as I was 3 years ago when you had similar legislation, was that again, this is the time to reduce the overall size of the PEG board from its current 11 positions down to 7. So-called community stakeholders should not be voting members of the board, and as it is, the majority of its members don't care nor know the benefits of what the PEG board should be doing. A smaller, leaner amount of positions is much more manageable when the appointed members are actually city residents that know and understand the benefits of PEG issues. Note, too, that the two mayor appointees are both empty, one for almost a year. At the same time, the PEG board should be meeting monthly on a regular basis by not taking the summer off or skipping months, and not changing the week or day meetings are held because one or two of those stakeholders have a conflict. They are filling a position, not a body, so they should be sending an alternate if they can't attend. Another reason why they should not be voting members. The second on your agenda tonight relates to filling a position that the Common Council maintains. As stated earlier, the ad hoc meeting did not have the required 10 working days notice of the meeting being held, so the meeting was an illegally held meeting. Apparently, the person you appointed 1 year ago, over myself and one other applicant, did not want to renew for a full term, yet there was an interview of someone for the position. Note that there was no call for application or CFA issued to fill this vacancy, for if there were, I sure would have applied again for about the 10th time to be appointed to the PEG board. This appears to be a gross violation of existing laws. For some reason, the makeup of your PEG ad hoc committee appears to have no clue as to who or why someone qualified should be appointed compared to someone politically connected or has no overall knowledge need for PEG issues. I strongly recommend that the Corporation Council remove these two items from the agenda and reschedule both items with proper promotion as well as a CFA for the apparent open position. Since I have the time, I would like to point out another issue related to the current studio coordinator. Last month, on Saturday, August the 16th, the Palace Theater held a block party in front of their Clinton Avenue location from 12 noon to 4 p.m. The production studio has rare posted hours on Saturday from 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. Yet, I saw that person at the block party not promoting Channel Albany and all things related, but promoting one of another 4 other prioritized items on her agenda than being the sole part-time studio coordinator. Other citizens that have produced programs in the studio have been asking me why this person does not return phone calls or emails to set up a schedule to create new programming, to which I tell them to complain to the Common Council, the PEG board, as well as the mayor for underfunding needed of multiple full-time staffing. I have 30 seconds left, and I'm going to take advantage of it. I don't know what I'm going to say, though. I'm sorry. I advised Corporation Council, I know last time, about the issues I brought up now, but I brought them up again because, as I said, except for 2 of the 3 members of the ad hoc committee, none of you were here to hear that. So now you're aware. Thank you.
Thank you. As the last speaker signed up for tonight's public comment period, so tonight's public comment period is deemed closed. We'll move into approval of minutes from previous meeting. Mr. Kimbrough.
Thank you, Mr. President. I offer the August 4th of 2025 meeting minutes as well as the August 18th of 2025
Second.
meeting minutes for approval.
All those in favor of the motion to move the previous minute?
Aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion passes. Moving on to, we do not have any consideration of laws. So we're moving on to reports of Standing committees, I know we have planning, Mr. Ballard.
Thank you, Mr. President. On the agenda today, we have several appointments that have been pushed through the Planning Committee, all of which have passed with unanimous consent. So I do hope that they can have your support as well today. Many of them you met this earlier during caucus. I also want to just address the concerns that were brought up on public comment. Just to be clear, when we met for our PEG Access Board committee meeting on August 19th, we did meet the required calendar days that the state law provides us. So I just want to make sure that is clear on the public record, that we did meet the calendar days required by the state. Also, we do have an open application process for these positions at this point, so that we can fill them as quickly as possible when we have vacancies. The applicant that you all met here today, to my knowledge, has no political affiliations, does not have any political alliances, or is it a political appointment? Well, it is a political appointment because they're coming before us. But their resume was strong, their interview was strong, and they were selected by the members of the committee based on their credentials. So again, we appreciate everybody's input, and we appreciate everybody's opinion, but I also want to make sure that the record is clear of the process that we followed in those selections. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Hoey?
Thank you, Mr. President. The Public Safety Committee met on August 12th, interviewed two applicants for seats on the CPRB. We did pass forward unanimously one of the applicants, and our next meeting will be on September 15th, where we'll be interviewing two more applicants for the CPRB. Thank you.
And Mr. Flynn, you want to Park and Recs? No? Oh, okay. Oh, sorry.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you, Mr.
We had a
Nani.
Parks and Recreation Committee meeting today where we amended legislation, particularly when it comes to adding individual to the murals that will be placed on the community center. That resolution moved out of committee with a positive recommendation. Thank you.
Thank you. Now we're moving on to consideration of ordinances. Ordinances introduced, Mr. Conti.
Thank you, Mr. President. I notice the introduction of ordinance 19.91.25.
Thank you. Can the clerk please read the ordinance?
An ordinance amending Chapter 375, Unified Sustainable Development Ordinance of the Code of the City of Albany in relation to music at sidewalk or outdoor cafes.
Thank you. Mr. Kimbrough?
Thank you, Mr. President. The referral to the Council's Planning Committee.
Thank you. Continuing on, Mr. Conti.
Thank you, Mr. President. I notice the introduction of ordinance 20.91.25.
Can the clerk please read the ordinance?
An ordinance amending Article 13, parking meters of Chapter 359, Vehicles and Traffic of the Code of the City of Albany in relation to renaming Columbus Day to Francis Xavier Cabarini Day.
Thank you. Mr. Kimbrough?
Thank you, Mr. President. Referral to the Council's Law Committee.
Thank you. And Mr. Conti?
Thank you, Mr. President. I notice the introduction of ordinance 21.91.95.
Thank you. Can the clerk please read the ordinance?
An ordinance to repeal Chapter 75, Policy Document Repository of the Code of the City of Albany.
Mr. Kimbrough?
Thank you, Mr. President. Referral is to Council Operations.
Thank you. Now moving on to ordinances held. Mr. Nani?
Oh, hold on. You got
Mr. Kimbrough?
Yes. Thank you, Mr. President. Make a motion to take resolutions 108, 91, 25 and resolution 109, 91, 25 out of order.
Is there a second on that motion? Thank you. All those in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion passes. All right. Mr. Nani?
Thank you, Mr. President. I notice resolution 10891.25R and ask for its passage on a roll call thereon.
Thank you. Can the clerk please read the resolution?
A resolution of the Common Council declaring itself lead agency for the State Environmental Quality Review of Ordinance 238124 and issuing a negative declaration.
Discussion on this resolution. Seeing none, Mr. Oh my God.
Clark, it's okay. Just a question. I was trying to get back to the resolution. Did we identify what type of action under seeker as part of the resolution?
I couldn't hear. We can't hear up here.
A question on the resolution, if we identified the type of action under seeker, not just lead agency and negative declaration.
That was declared in our intent, a previous resolution from a couple meetings ago. It was a type 1 action, both of them.
And just from the last meeting, I'd asked about comments from the planning board as part of the process. I was just wondering if we received anything.
I believe we were waiting on comments.
Well, planning, it's up to you. It's, Mr. President.
No, I mean, people, this is a resolution that, how are we discussing this at a meeting? This is what committee meetings are for. If council members received any notion from planning board, they didn't want to move forward with it, you should have had a conversation with the president pro temp and said, hey, we might want to hold off on this, da-da-da-da. We're not going to have a discussion on the resolution that is on the floor that is supposed to be voted on today. Council members do not feel comfortable doing it. They should vote their conscience. So that is what we're going to do today. People have to really go to these committee meetings when these things are coming up and discussing this amongst yourselves. Pick up the phone and call one another to have those discussions. We should not be having a discussion when we're introducing a resolution. Mr. Clark's question was valid. It's a valid question. But I will not allow people during a vote on the floor to have someone come and explain a position from any department. So with that being said, any further comments on this resolution? Seeing none, can the clerk please call the roll?
Adams. Anani.
Yes.
Valorem.
Yes.
Clark.
No.
Conti.
Yes.
Flynn. Frederick.
Yes.
Hoey.
No.
Johnson.
Yes.
Keegan.
Yes.
Kimbrough.
Yes.
Love. Robinson.
Yes.
Zamer. Yes.
13 in the affirmative.
Resolution passes. Continuing on, Mr. Anani.
Thank you, Mr. President. I notice Resolution 109-9125R and ask for its passage on a roll call thereon.
Can the clerk please read the resolution?
A resolution of the Common Council declaring itself lead agency for the State Environmental Quality Review of Ordinance 68-121-24 and issuing a negative declaration.
Thank you. Before we discuss this, I want to, Chair will recognize Mr. Hoey.
Yeah, point of information, we only have 14 members. There was 2 noes, and the clerk read that there was 13 affirmatives.
I apologize. Yes, that is 12 in affirmative.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Hoey. Discussion on this resolution? Seeing none, can the clerk please call the roll?
Adams. Anani.
Yes.
Valorem.
Yes.
Clark.
No.
Can you repeat that?
No.
Thank you. Conti.
Yes.
Flynn.
Yes.
Frederick.
Yes.
Hoey.
No.
Johnson.
Yes.
Keegan.
Yes.
Kimbrough.
Yes.
Love.
Yes.
Robinson.
Yes.
Zamer.
Yes.
12 in the affirmative.
Resolution passes. Now moving back to regularly scheduled item on the agenda, ordinance is held. Mr. Anani.
Thank you, Mr. President. I notice ordinance 2381-24 and ask for its passage on a roll call thereon.
Thank you. Can the clerk please read the ordinance?
An ordinance amending Chapter 375, Unified Sustainable Development Ordinance of the Code of the City of Albany in relation to adding single, 2, and 3-unit detached dwellings as permitted uses in the MUCI zoning district.
Thank you. Any discussion on this ordinance? Mr. Anani.
Thank you, Mr. President. We're here tonight not just to discuss housing policy, but to face the fundamental question, who gets to live in our community? As housing prices rises and density debate intensify, accessory dwelling units, small, flexible, affordable homes built on existing lot, offer us a powerful, immediate, and a humane solution. This legislation, as it stands currently, for you to have accessory dwelling units, you have to go and get a conditional use permit. Correct. Yeah, I'm just speaking on that.
You might be, those might be for the wrong ordinance. You're speaking towards the ordinance 681.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, you got the wrong speech.
Which number is it?
2380.
23.
24.
238124.
On the top.
Yep.
Oh, yes.
You just got your notes mixed up.
I got my notes messed up a little bit. Well, no discussion for that one. I fully support it, man.
Okay.
It got me excited.
Any further discussion? Can the clerk please call the roll?
Adams. Anani.
Yes.
Ballerin.
Yes.
Clark.
Yes.
Conti.
Yes.
Flynn.
Yes.
Frederick.
Yes.
Hoey.
Present.
Johnson.
Yes, co-sponsor, please.
Keegan.
Yes, co-sponsor, please.
Kimbrough.
Yes.
Love. Yes. Robinson.
Yes.
Zamer.
Yes, co-sponsor, please.
13 in the affirmative.
Ordinances passes. Mr. Anani.
Thank you, Mr. President. I know this ordinance 68, 121, 24, and ask for its passage on a roll call thereon.
Thank you. Can the clerk please can the clerk please read the ordinance?
An ordinance amending Chapter 375, Unified Sustainable Development Ordinance of the Code of the City of Albany in relation to permitting accessory dwelling units.
Mr. Anani.
Thank you, Mr. President. A little bit excited about, good stuff for the city. But anyway, as was said earlier, we're here to discuss housing policy. But to face a fundamental question, who gets to live in the city of Albany? As housing prices rises and density debates intensify, accessory dwelling units, small, flexible, affordable homes built on existing lots, offer us a powerful, immediate, and humane solution. The law, as it is adopted, does not allow ADUs. However, a number of ADUs already exist and are on the radar of city officials despite the standard prohibition that many individuals go through the process to get. The amendment to this law would allow for ADUs so for their existence can be better regulated and more readily protected. Some of the requirements to have ADUs in your property is it has to be a single unit dwelling, property owner to occupy the primary or the accessory dwelling as primary residence, not to exceed 800 square foot, not to exceed 30% of the backyard, not to exceed the height of the principal structure of 24 feet, whichever is less, and cannot be a mobile home, trailers, etc. There are many benefits to ADUs, and I was discussed during committee and multiple committee meetings that we had on this issue. The more we increase housing, the more supply there are, the more we could create some affordability for those who are looking for housing. This increased availability could lead to more affordable rent prices throughout Albany. There are some people that said, well, with this accessory dwelling unit, we're creating affordable housing in those ADUs. That is not the intent of this legislation. The intent is to free up other housing so that we could create more affordable housing as we move forward as a city. Another benefit is that increased tax revenue for the city as well. There are more benefits, provide additional source of income for homeowners, particularly our aging parents, provide space for a larger family to remain housed, secure, and together, and provide increased flexibility to homeowners all across our city. There are some people who had some concerns about ADUs, particularly saying that it will be unregulated. Despite these concerns, there is still mechanism in place, as I mentioned earlier, to keep Albany residents safe. The Department of Building and Regulatory Compliance will still be able to inspect ADUs and ensure compliance to all building codes and safety requirements. The Albany Fire Department and other first responders will still have access to ADUs in case of an emergency. This proposed amendment contains language intended to promote safety, include fire and building protection measures. So in closing, this is not theoretical when people say that they don't want to change the character of the neighborhood. I understand that. But when it comes to neighborhoods, neighborhoods are not museums. And even museums ultimately have to get some changes. And that's why I think it's so important that we think about those teachers who can't afford to live near the school, the nurse commuting 90 minutes away, the son caring for an aging mother. These are the people ADUs help. Passing thoughtful legislation like this, we're saying, yes, as a city, we welcome and we don't exclude. Yes, we believe in smart, scale solution, and yes, we believe in housing as a human right. Thank you.
Mr. Hoey?
Thank you, Mr. President. I have been opposed to this legislation as written. I'm not opposed to ADUs. I'm not opposed an existing building to build in a mother-in-law apartment is the common phrase that they use. But to allow a separate unit in a backyard or a side yard without all the precautions that we heard the chief of the fire department come in and say he had concerns. We heard the chief of building and codes come in and says he has concerns. We heard the police department say they had concerns. I did talk to the sponsor. I went to the golf course when they were opening it up. I said, can we talk about this? Can we maybe do a pilot program to see if there is problems that we could do it? And he said yes. And then I talked about the square footage, 800 square feet for a unit behind a house, 24 feet, 3 stories. I have a lot of concerns here. And I asked him, can we just do the single, the house, convert that, put it in an apartment in there? And he said yes. And then at the committee meeting, that all bets were off. So that's it's his sponsor bill. We have reached out. I posted it on Nextdoor. I pissed off a few of my colleagues. I didn't mean to, but I wanted to get the word out. Nobody knows what's going on. That's what I'm hearing. I have 3 neighborhood associations asking me to come in September and October because during the summer they don't meet, wanting to understand what this is all about, the ADUs, because they're concerned. They heard Trey Kingston's testimony, the assessor, saying not only will the property that has the ADU on the taxes go up, but everybody in that neighborhood, the taxes go up. I got a call today from landlords, just to say, sidetrack a little here, their taxes went up for non-homestead 5.1%. And the landlord goes to me, I'm going to have to raise everybody's rents. So I don't know what we're doing. We're not really making rents more affordable. But getting back to the ADUs, I have a lot of concerns, and I want to go on the record with it. I think it's commendable that you want to come up with a way to provide housing, but this is rushing this through in the manner you did. This was brought up in, what, February, March, and now it's just the end of August, early September, and we're passing it. A major change. And another council member goes to me, well, Albany's a city. We don't have single-family zoning anymore. And people who invested in this city, bought private homes, single-family homes, what are we saying to them? You invest here, and then, all of a sudden, you're not in a single-family neighborhood anymore. There's a lot of problems with parking. What do we do? Right now we have problems. There's not enough parking in the streets. We have to have a parking permit system. But, there was a lot of stuff here. I understand what you want, but I think you pushed it too fast. I don't think you got the community involved, And I'm not saying neighborhood, I'm saying community. And, you know, I will be voting no, and, but again, I just want everybody here to know, I don't have any problem with a mother-in-law apartment in the same building. But when you put a unit in the back where you have to now provide electric, sewer, all the utilities, mail, how does the mail get delivered? A lot of questions there that, well, we kind of glossed over, we'll figure it out when it happens. And I brought up Colony has this, and what I was told was, oh, Colony's law is too strict. We don't want strict laws. But Colony has an ADU law on the books. So does Troy and other places. But ours is the most liberal or open, and I think there's going to be problems, and I just want to be on the record. I promise you I will not say I told you so, but this is what's going to happen. We are going to have problems in the future. Thank you.
Ms. Keegan?
Thank you, Mr. President. I want to commend Councilmember Anane on bringing forth the legislation, and I was happy to be a co-sponsor on this bill. And I just want to add to Mr. Anane's comments. You know, we started single-family zoning in the United States as a means to ensure that Black people could not live in white neighborhoods, and that is a fact. And single-family zoning has been utilized in this country to exclude people from housing since those laws were first established. We are a city. This is not going to be the only component of what is going to help alleviate the housing crisis that we're currently in, but that is a significant issue facing our community right now. And we need to have every tool that we possibly can in our toolbox in order to expand the number of available housing units we have in this city. And we need to strongly consider how we allow density to naturally develop in our city. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Keegan. Ms. Zamer?
Thank you, Mr. President. Just briefly, I would like to address 2 points that Councilmember Hoey made. And these are from extensive conversations I had with Planning Department and from, this is directly from Principal Planner Avi Epstein. The ADU ordinance does not eliminate single-family zoning. A single-unit dwelling continues to be the primary structure and primary use of the lot. ADUs are classified as accessory. ADUs are prohibited from being sold separately or subdivided from the main lot, unlike some two-family homes or duplexes. The zoning still restricts the number of principal residential structures to 1. And the other point about taxes going up, this is what the assessor explained to us, and this is, I just wanted to make sure that this point is clear. Communities that have allowed ADUs have not seen any clear increase in taxes on nearby properties. This has held true even in larger cities where ADUs have been legal for many years. The incremental increase in assessed value is typically modest. The increase reflects only the added value of the improvement, not a change in land value or neighborhood status. So I thought those were important points to clarify. Thank you.
Mr. Flynn.
Yeah, I'll be voting no on this, obviously, because I think I'm the one ward it affects the most. And, I don't think it really affects like the 10th ward. And I don't, I did get a lot of emails about this voting no, so to me it's an easy vote for me. But, I'd like to have Mr. Anane do a study 1 year from now and see if affordable housing does go down as a result of this. And I hope you're right, but I don't think it's going to affect the affordable housing in Albany. So thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Clark and then Mr. Johnson.
Just comments I made during the committee meeting as well. I think accessory dwelling units in existing homes I'm okay with, even existing structures such as a garage, but to think about some of our lots and constraints that we have already, to think about a third accessory structure, I just think is inconsistent with a community character, and I'll be voting no. Thank you.
Mr. Johnson?
I think, thank you, Mr. President. I think that people's view is different. Once again, a lot of our colleagues, when you go home, you don't see the people laying in the streets, and not saying that these people will be the people occupying these units, but we have to do something. And there's many different paths to home ownership. There's many different paths to housing, and to not do anything is not the answer either. And I just think that it's bothersome and troublesome for me is every time the conversation seems to come from a direction, the words of the fire chief and the police chief is used against it. I think that's like weaponry, and it's not fair. And I'm just disgruntled, just listening and just watching how we are moving through stuff, and it doesn't feel like the process that we started when I came into this this building. You know, we handled things a little bit differently, a little bit more delicately, and I just don't like the way that one person just comes in here and it's like their word is weighs more than others, and we have to do something. People need a place to stay, and we have to have different options. If you look at it, you know, I hear people make references to other cities when it's favorable to the points that they're making, but when we do the same thing, it's like, you got to get it perfect. And I'm just tired of our effort or our thought process is just going through a strained consideration when it comes to the full 15 member body, and we just have to do better. It's time for people to open up their minds to other people's approaches as well. Thank you. I will be supporting it.
Thank you. Since there's no further discussion, can your other sponsor, so once he speaks, then no one else will be able to address it after Mr. Onani. Mr. Onani.
All right. Thank you, Mr. President. First, I just want to thank my colleagues, particularly the co-sponsors, and also Ben Keegan for, you know, really ushering and helping with this process of this legislation. And, you know, this is legislation that we don't pass lightly. I've said it time and time again. Don't let the perfect be the enemy of the good. This legislation is a good bill that is going to move our city forward. It is no secret, Albany is in the middle of a housing affordability crisis. You know it, I know it. Anyone who look at classified or online postings, or even trying to buy a house in the city knows it. This crisis is not something that we can sit down and cross our legs and say, oh, well, it is what it is. We as a council have a responsibility to act. And I want to thank my colleagues for acting time and time again, whether it was good cause, inclusionary zoning, or right to counsel, form of right to counsel pilot, and now this ADU legislation. And so we stay here today with a policy meant to address the crisis head on, allowing homeowners to build accessory dwelling units on their property. By doing this, we give people the option to have grandma and grandpa the ability to live close to home while allowing some semblance of independence. When you look at Albany's 2030 plan, there's been many discussions of wanting to see walkable neighborhoods, but also particularly when it comes to the grandparents' relations with the community. We can allow families the opportunity to generate some revenue from their property and allow them to pay off their mortgage or help with household bills, all while expanding the number of units of housing with little to no impact to surrounding neighborhoods. I emphasize expanding the number of units because that's how we decrease the price of housing, increase the availability of supply, and ultimately decrease the demand for housing, which helps lower the rent and other prices. Just 2 weeks ago, the county recognized the benefits of having accessory dwelling units, which is why they passed legislation to lower the cost of building ADUs in the county. The county did their part. Now it's time for us to do our part. We're going to reject tax incentives to residents of the city of Albany, while the county just recently did their part. Now, I don't think that ADUs are only the solution to housing affordability crisis. This is just one tool in figuring out a policy-making tool to address this issue and give the breadth of this crisis. Is incumbent upon us, everyone, to act and address this issue. So I urge my colleagues to pass this legislation so that we can allow homeowners to build ADUs if they want to, and take one step further in addressing the housing affordability crisis that exists. In closing, this ordinance is about equity, balance, and fairness. I want to thank all my colleagues for supporting this legislation.
Thank you. Can the clerk please call the roll?
Adams. Anani. Valorant. Clark.
No.
Conti.
Yes.
Flynn.
No.
Frederick.
Yes.
Hoey.
No.
Johnson.
Yes.
Keegan.
Yes. Co-sponsor, please.
Kimbrough.
Yes.
Love. Robinson.
Yes.
Zamer.
Yes.
12 in the affirmative.
Ordinance passes. Mr. Ballerin.
Huh? It's 11, I'm sorry. It's 11.
11 affirmative, 2.
3. 11, 3.
Thank you. Mr. Ballerin.
Thank you, Mr. President. I ask that Resolution 2-41-25 be heard and voted on today.
Hold it, wait. Am I lost? Wait am I?
It's an ordinance.
We're in ordinance, sorry. We're in ordinance. You said resolution, I thought. It's an
My
ordinance.
apologies. Ordinance 2-41-25 be heard and move forward today.
Thank you. Can the clerk please read the ordinance?
An ordinance amending Part 38, Public Education and Government Access Oversight Board, PEG, of Chapter 42, Departments and Commissions of the Code of the City of Albany in relation to the composition of the Public Education and Government Access Oversight Board.
Discussion on this ordinance. Mr. Ballerin.
Thank you, Mr. President. Again, this is what we spoke about in committee, where we have replacing St. Rose with the University at Albany for our PEG Access Board. Again, it went to the PEG committee and passed with unanimous consent. Thank you.
Further discussion? Seeing none, can the clerk please call the roll?
Adams. Anani.
Yes.
Ballerin.
Yes.
Clark.
Yes.
Conti.
Yes.
Flynn.
Yes.
Frederick.
Yes.
Hoey.
Yes. Co-sponsor, please.
Johnson.
Yes.
Keegan.
Yes.
Kimbrough.
Yes.
Love. Robinson.
Yes.
Zamer.
Yes. Co-sponsor, please.
14 in affirmative.
Ordinance passes. That's the end of ordinance. Mr. Kimbrough.
Thank you, Mr. President. Rest of the ordinances on the agenda are held.
Thank you, sir. Moving on to resolutions introduced. Mr. Johnson.
Thank you, Mr. President. I noticed 96.91.25R and ask for its introduction and passage.
Thank you. Can the clerk please read the resolution?
A resolution of the Common Council authorizing the execution of a payment in lieu of taxes pilot agreement by and between the City of Albany, Steamboat Square Phase 2 Housing Development Fund Corporation, and Steamboat AHA LLC.
Thank you. Any discussion? Mr. Johnson?
I just want to say that it's important that we keep these pilots in this part of the city. We have seen what happens when the pilot isn't continued, and we wouldn't want the same thing to happen uptown at I'm drawing a blank, Bleecker Terrace. So I would ask everyone to support this pilot. And I was pleased with the work that they did on phase 1, and I'm looking forward to the work that's coming with phase 2.
Thank you. Mr. Kimbrough?
No, it was my intention, and still is, to recuse myself on this as a member of the Housing Authority Board, and we kind of took off, so I'm going to.
Any further discussion on this resolution? Seeing none, can the clerk please call the roll?
Adams.
Yes, co-sponsor.
Anani.
Yes.
Ballerin.
Yes, co-sponsor, please.
Clark.
Yes.
Conti.
Yes.
Flynn.
Yes.
Frederick.
Yes.
Hoey.
Yes.
Johnson.
Yes.
Keegan.
Yes.
Love. Robinson.
Yes.
Zamer.
Yes.
13 in the affirmative.
Resolution passes. Mr. Kimbrough?
Mr. Kimbrough.
You're up next.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. President. I notice resolution, we're at 106?
97.
Oh, resolution 97, 91, 25R, and ask for its introduction.
Thank you. Can the clerk please read the resolution?
A resolution of the Common Council honoring the contribution of Maggie Mancinelli Cahill to the City of Albany and renaming a portion of North Pearl Street in her honor.
Thank you. Mr. Kimbrough?
Thank you, Mr. President. To referral to the Council's General Services Committee.
Thank you. Mr. Ballerin?
Thank you, Mr. President. I had resolutions on my mind because we have so many coming through today from planning. Okay, so let's move forward with resolution 98.91.25R and ask for it to be moved forward for a vote.
Thank you. Can the clerk please read the resolution?
A resolution of the Common Council appointing Benjamin Macro as a member of the Active Transportation Planning Commission.
Discussion on this resolution. Seeing none, can the clerk please call the roll?
Adams. Anani. Ballerin.
Yes.
Clark.
Yes.
Conti.
Yes.
Flynn.
Yes.
Frederick.
Yes.
Hoey.
Yes.
Johnson.
Yes.
Keegan.
Yes.
Kimbrough.
Yes.
Love. Robinson.
Yes.
Zamer.
Yes. Co-sponsor, please.
14 in the affirmative.
Resolution passes. Mr. Ballerin?
Thank you, Mr. President. I ask that resolution 99.91.25R be moved forward for a vote.
Thank you. Can the clerk please read the resolution?
A resolution of the Common Council appointing Edward Brennan as a member of the Active Transportation Planning Commission.
Any discussion on this resolution? Seeing none, clerk please call the roll.
Adams. Anani.
Yes.
Ballerin.
Yes.
Clark.
Yes.
Conti.
Yes.
Flynn.
Yes, co-sponsor.
Frederick.
Yes, co-sponsor.
Hoey.
Yes. Co-sponsor, please.
Johnson.
Yes.
Keegan.
Yes, co-sponsor, please.
Kimbrough.
Yes.
Love. Robinson.
Yes.
Zamer.
Yes. Co-sponsor, please.
14 in the affirmative.
Resolution passes. Mr. Anani?
Thank you, Mr. President. I notice resolution 10191-25R and ask for its passage on a roll call thereon.
We missed one.
Did I just, yeah, see, that's why I gotta keep my glasses on. I was like, did I skip one? Sorry, I didn't have my glasses on. But we're gonna do we can do Mr. Anani's. That's a resolution.
We're doing 101?
Yes.
Okay. Resolution of the Common Council appointing Jennifer Richardson as a member of the Task Force of Municipal Flag.
Any discussion on this resolution? Seeing
Yeah,
none?
we met with Jennifer Richardson at our task force meeting with the Parks and Recreation.
It's introduction only. 101.
No, it's passage.
No, it's passage. I got passage.
Yeah, and wonderful candidate, wonderful resume, and is excited to move forward. Thank you.
Thank you. Clerk, call the roll.
Yeah,
We all set?
we all set.
Adams. Yes. Anani.
Yes.
Ballerin.
Co-sponsor. Yes, co-sponsor, please.
Clark.
Yes.
Conti.
Yes.
Flynn.
Yes.
Frederick.
Yes, co-sponsor.
Hoey.
Yes, co-sponsor, please.
Johnson.
Yes.
Keegan.
Yes.
Kimbrough.
Yes.
Love.
Yes.
Robinson.
Yes.
Zamer.
Yes.
14 in the affirmative.
Resolution passes. Mr. Ballerin, Resolution 100.
Thank you, Mr. President. I notice Resolution 100.91.25R and ask for a vote.
Thank you. Can the clerk please read the resolution?
A resolution of the Common Council appointing Alicia Bacon as a member of the Active Transportation Planning Commission.
Discussion on this resolution. Seeing none, can the clerk please call the roll?
Adams.
Yes, co-sponsor.
Anani.
Yes, co-sponsor.
Ballerin.
Yes.
Clark.
Yes.
Conti.
Yes.
Flynn.
Yes.
Frederick.
Yes, co-sponsor, please.
Hoey.
Yes.
Johnson.
Yes.
Keegan.
Yes.
Kimbrough.
Yes, co-sponsor, please.
Love.
Yes.
Robinson.
Yes.
Zamer.
Yes, co-sponsor, please.
14 in the affirmative.
Resolution passes. Continuing on, resolutions, Mr. Hoey.
Thank you, Mr. President. I am going to request that we move this resolution to the end of business today, if that's possible.
So you do not want to introduce it today?
Well, I'd like, we were talking about doing an executive session, so I thought we could move it to the end of the agenda. So what I'm asking, can we move?
So you don't want to, introduce it right at this time?
Well, no, I don't. I want to introduce it later.
Because you're the sponsor. Do you want it to vote it on now, or?
I wanted to wait till the end of the meeting, if that's possible. I'm not sure of the rules.
After the meeting is over?
No, after all our resolutions are over.
I don't know what the difference will be.
Accommodating.
Well, if we
Because
go
this-
into an
if we-
executive session, it would allow us time to get
But
the
that
other
has
work
nothing
done.
to do with this resolution. The executive session will be a private personnel matter.
Okay, I
This is
didn't
about
know.
appointing a member, this Mr. Malik Dare, to the board.
Sure. Well, then I take back what I just said, and, Mr. President, I notice Resolution 102-91-25R and ask for its passage.
Thank you. Can the clerk please read the resolution?
A resolution of the Common Council appointing Malik Dare as a member of the Community Police Review Board.
Discussion on this resolution. Mr. Anani.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move to lay Resolution 102-91-25R for further discussion.
Is there a second on that motion? Thank you. There, we have a motion on the floor. The second, all those in favor of this motion?
We just raise our hand, or you got to
No.
call?
Can you please state the motion again, Mr.?
Yeah, thank you, Mr. President. I move to lay Resolution 102-91-25R for further discussion. This is the resolution making appointment regarding the CPRB.
So you're asking to table this resolution? Okay. There is a second on the floor, Mr. Johnson. So I will call a voice vote. If I can't understand a voice vote, then we will do individual vote. All those in favor of tabling this resolution, say aye.
Aye.
All those against? No one's against it? So this resolution? I said all those in favor of tabling the motion, say aye. Of tabling the resolution.
Everybody didn't say anything.
Yes, you can stand. All those in favor, people, let's get together.
Aye.
All those opposed? All those who abstain? The ayes have it. This resolution will be tabled. Moving right along, Mr. Ballerin.
Thank you, Mr. President. I notice Resolution 103.93.25R and ask for the vote.
Thank you. Can the clerk please read the resolution?
A resolution of the Common Council appointing Amalike Akanyemi as a member of the Public Education and Government Access Oversight
We
Board.
still love you. Discussion on this resolution. Seeing none, can the clerk please call the roll?
Adams. Anani. Valorem.
Yes.
Clark.
Yes.
Conti.
Yes.
Flynn.
Yes.
Frederick.
Yes.
Hoey.
Yes.
Johnson.
Yes.
Keegan.
Yes.
Kimbrough.
Yes.
Love.
Yes.
Robinson.
Yes.
Zamer.
Yes, co-sponsor, please.
14 in the affirmative.
Resolution passes. Mr. Nani.
Thank you, Mr. President. I notice Resolution 104-9125R and ask for its passage on the roll call thereon.
Thank you. Can the clerk please read the resolution?
A resolution of the Common Council appointing James Sotto as a member of the Task Force on Municipal Flag.
Discussion on this resolution. Mr. Anani.
Yeah, but Parks and Recreation Committee met. We interviewed James. Wonderful resume, and is really passionate about doing the work. So we're really excited, and we moved his name out of committee with a positive recommendation. Thank you.
Thank you. Can the clerk please call the roll?
Adams. Anani. Yes. Valorem.
Yes.
Clark.
Yes.
Conti.
Yes.
Flynn.
Yes, co-sponsor.
Frederick.
Yes, co-sponsor.
Hoey.
Yes.
Johnson.
Yes.
Keegan.
Yes.
Kimbrough.
Yes.
Love.
Yes.
Robinson.
Yes.
Zamer.
Yes.
14 in the affirmative.
Resolution passes. Mr. Adams.
Thank you, Mr. President. I'd like to notice resolution 105.9125R and ask for its reading and passage.
Thank you. Can the clerk please read the resolution?
A resolution of the Common Council celebrating September 1st as Labor Day.
Thank you. Is discussion on this resolution?
No comment.
Seeing none, can the clerk please call the roll?
Yes.
Is there any discussion?
I think they're all co-sponsored.
Oh, you are? I didn't know.
Yeah.
That. All right. So this is a voice vote then, people. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Resolution passes. Continue to move on. Mr. Kimbrough.
Thank you, Mr. President. I notice Resolution 106-9125R and ask for its passage.
Thank you. Can the clerk please read the resolution?
A resolution of the Common Council recognizing September as Suicide Awareness Month in the city of Albany.
Discussion on this resolution. Mr. Kimbrough.
Yes, thank you. This resolution recognizes September as Suicide Awareness Month here in the city of Albany. Suicide impacts families, friends, and communities across the nation. And our community is not immune to that pain. By adopting this resolution, we acknowledge the importance of addressing mental health openly and without stigma. This is about more than awareness. It's about compassion and action. It's about creating a community where people feel safe seeking help, where mental health is valued as much as physical health, and no one has to feel alone. I thank the advocates, service providers, and families who continue to support people in crisis. Tonight, through this resolution, we honor the lives lost, support the survivors, and affirm our commitment to prevention and healing. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Kimbrough. Further discussion? All your co-sponsors, so this one, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you. Resolution passes. Continuing on, Ms. Frederick.
Thank you, Mr. President. I notice Resolution 107-9125R and ask for its passage.
Can the clerk please read the resolution?
A resolution of the Common Council recognizing August 31st, 2025 as International Overdose Awareness Day and supporting New York State's recognition of Overdose Awareness Day.
Discussion on this resolution? Ms. Frederick?
Thank you, Mr. President. Overdose impacts our communities every day. It's a terrible tragedy that impacts not only the individual, but also the families, friends, and extended communities of said individual, not only locally, but also extended throughout globally. August 31st is International Overdose Awareness Day, so we like to do this resolution every year to recognize the tragedy that overdose faces in our communities and also make sure we're bringing awareness to the issue. September 10th is the 5th annual New York State Overdose Awareness Day recognition. There's a virtual session that we encourage everyone to listen into, spread the word, and help reduce the stigma of overdose within our state. Thank you.
Thank you. Can the clerk please call the roll?
Adams. Anani. Ballerin.
Yes, co-sponsor, please.
Clark.
Yes.
Conti.
Yes, co-sponsor.
Flynn.
Yes, co-sponsor.
Frederick.
Yes.
Hoey.
Yes, co-sponsor, please.
Johnson.
Yes.
Keegan.
Yes, co-sponsor, please.
Kimbrough.
Yes, co-sponsor, please.
Love.
Yes.
Robinson.
Yes.
Zamer.
Yes, co-sponsor, please.
14 in the affirmative.
Resolution passes. Mr. Kimbrough, you have a majority consent.
Yes, thank you, Mr. President. Make a motion to add Resolution 110-91-25 by majority consent.
Is there a second on that motion?
Second.
Thank you, Mr. Hoey. All those in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion passes. Mr. Anani.
Thank you, Mr. President. I notice Resolution 110-91-25R and ask for its interim passage on a roll call thereon.
Thank you. Can the clerk please read the resolution?
A resolution of the Common Council approving of an emergency limited scope agreement between Michael L. Goldstein and the City of Albany Common Council.
Is there any discussion on this resolution? Mr. Ballard?
Thank you, Mr. President. I want to thank all the members that have been working on this behind the scenes to try to get this moved forward. I want to recognize Councilmember Hoey. I saw what you were trying to do there to try to push the other bill down so we could move it on the agenda so we can have a more discussion on it, and I appreciate that. I just want you to know that. And I also appreciate the work you've done behind the scenes with trying to solve some of the issues that that have come up. I also appreciate the work that's been done by Councilmember Kimball on this issue. So I know there's a lot of work, a lot of headache, a lot of heartache that has been gone behind the scenes that the public doesn't see to try to get some compromises and move some of these difficult issues forward. And I think this is a good compromise to allow Mr. Goldstein to be able to move forward on the legislation, on the legal issues that they've already been working on while we address some of the other issues. So again, thank you to my colleagues for the work you've done. It's appreciated, and I will be voting in favor of this.
Thank you. All those, any further discussion? Seeing none, can the clerk please call the roll?
Adams. Anani. Ballerin.
Yes, co-sponsor, please.
Clark.
Yes, co-sponsor.
Conti.
Yes.
Flynn. Frederick.
Yes.
Hoey.
Yes, co-sponsor, please.
Johnson.
Yes.
Keegan.
Present.
Kimbrough.
Yes.
Love.
Yes.
Robinson.
Yes.
Zamer.
Yes.
13 affirmative.
Thank you. Resolution passes. We have Mr. Kimbrough, Commissioner of Deeds.
Excuse, we have an issue that we have to go back to.
All right. So the clerk will reintroduce Resolution 102. We have to have a roll call vote on the majority consent to table the resolution. Can the clerk please read the resolution?
A resolution of the Common Council appointing Malik Dare as a member of the Community Police Review Board.
And Mr. Anani was recognized as requesting table. Mr. Johnson was second on that request to table, so we will take a roll call vote on that now. So can the clerk please call the roll?
Adams. Anani.
Yes.
Valorant. Clark.
Yes.
Conti.
Yes.
Flynn. Frederick.
Yes.
Hoey.
No.
Johnson.
Yes.
Keegan.
No.
Kimbrough.
No.
Love. Robinson.
Yes.
Zamer.
Present.
9 yes, 4 no, 1 present.
Motion passes. Table. Commissioner of Deeds, Mr. Kimbrough.
Point of information, Mr.
Yes.
President. Resolution 6971 at 25R, that wasn't presented. That was supposed to be voted on this evening.
Yeah, the mural, it moved out of committee today.
Oh, that came after, yes, the mural.
Where? Oh,
I didn't
don't
mention
have
it.
on
I
mine.
think we want to
You
add
pointed out.
Oh, I don't have it on
Reverend
mine.
Robinson to it as the sixth one.
Oh, was that? Oh. Yeah, I don't have it on mine. Sorry, Mr. Robinson. Oh my goodness, is this legal? Well, we haven't adjourned the meeting, so. The chair recognizes Ms. Love. It's not on my list.
Thank you, Mr. President. I notice
Right here.
Resolution 697125R and ask for its passage.
Thank you. Can the clerk please read the resolution? There's no-
A resolution of the Common Council supporting the installation of a mural on the West Hill Community Center commemorating significant community leaders.
Discussion on this resolution. Mr. Robinson?
Thank you, Mr. President. So we are living in a time when history itself is under attack, especially African American history. National efforts are going on to decide which stories are told and which legacies are honored. Our history matters, our community matters, and in times when the national conversation is fraught with malice and intentional erasing, it falls on us to preserve the truth, to shine the light on our heritage and inspire the next generation with real stories of courage and resilience. If we don't tell our story, someone else will. And when they do, they'll leave out our struggle, our strength, and our victory. This is why this mural matters. It's not just about honoring the past, it's about owning our history and telling it in our own voice. Sergeant Henry Johnson, Alice Green, Brother Yusef Burgess, Edmund O'Neill, and Sarah Curry Cobb. These are not just names, they are chapters in the history of West Hill and the story of Albany, and they deserve to be seen, remembered, and honored. When we preserve our history, we protect our truth. And when we invest in projects like this, we tell future generations, you come from resilience, from greatness, and from people who made a difference. I want to thank my colleagues who will be supporting this resolution.
Thank you. Mr. Flynn?
I just want to go on record, as I said in the committee meeting, hopefully we can get Nebraska Brace's name or his picture up there also someday. Thank you.
Thank you. Further discussion? Seeing none, can the clerk please call the roll?
Adams. Anani.
Yes, co-sponsor.
Valorant.
Yes, co-sponsor.
Clark.
Yes, co-sponsor.
Conti.
Yes, co-sponsor, please.
Flynn.
Yes, co-sponsor.
Frederick.
Yes, co-sponsor.
Hoey.
Yes, co-sponsor, please.
Johnson.
Yes.
Keegan.
Co-sponsor.
Keegan.
Yes, co-sponsor, please.
Kimbrough.
Yes, co-sponsor, please.
Love.
Yes.
Robinson.
Yes.
Zamer.
Yes, co-sponsor, please.
14 affirmative.
Resolution passes. Kimbrough?
Thank you, Mr. President. Rest of the resolutions on the agenda are held.
Thank you. And Commissioner of Deeds?
Yes, thank you, sir. I offer a list of names for appointment to Commissioner Deed and waive the reading of the names.
Is there a second on that motion?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. Miscellaneous? Mr. Johnson? Mr. Clark? Mr. Robinson, I got you.
So, thank you, Mr. President. I wanted to stand up for this because tonight, while we were doing our business, I'm getting texts from one of the people that we are discussing in here, and you know, it's tough when you feel like your character is being attacked and assassinated when you're doing work on behalf of the committee and the community. And so, as I said earlier, my spirit was interrupted when I came in this space today, and some of the things were shared with me. And I just hope that we could be more mindfulness of people that dedicate themselves to the work. A lot of times we don't understand how emotionally attached people are to this work. They bring it home, they walk around the community with it, they can't get away from it. You know, when you are a representative of hope in our communities, you'd be surprised how many conversations that you encounter, because each time people see you, they see you as a beacon of hope of their struggles that they are facing on a daily basis. So, you know, tonight when I go to sleep and I think about my day, I'm going to think about beautiful faces that I saw on the first day of school, but I'm also going to think about the damage that we are doing and the messaging that we're sending out to people in terms of being connected to local government. I don't know if we are paying attention, but it's a lot of people that are disconnected with what's going on in the city of Albany. And it's funny because, you know, when you sit at the table, you get to hear the many different stories that are passed about people's experiences in every direction in the city of Albany in the last 12 or so years. And we owe people better than to say that they served on the board, you know, for 10 years and their time is up. Because it was times that their expertise was needed and they stayed and they offered their time to us. So to just say, oh, it's time for them to go, and I'm gonna say this, my nephew is the person being considered, and if he had reached out to me, I would have definitely told him not to get involved with what's going on. So, and I'm glad that we tabled it, and I hope that I get a chance to talk to him, because that will be my direction to him, because I would hate to see a young, talented man get caught up in this mess that has created with the CPRB. And I just want to have my freedom from it, because to know that somebody is feeling attacked, that, you know, has been a blessing, that we have never had any concern. And if it was concern, it was never voiced. So to be a part of the group that, you know, is making a person feel like that, I felt it was a need to get up. I'm not going to say any names because we all know who we're discussing, but we have to be mindful of the impact that some of the things that we do and say on people that are trying to make Albany better. Thank you.
Mr. Clark?
Thank you, Mr. President. Just on the seeker issue where I was trying to make comments during the vote, you know, my understanding is that the resolutions were not before the committee. So in terms of having a chance to discuss it, I do have a concern that the resolution states that we went through part 2 of the full environmental assessment form, which is a 19-page question document that I haven't seen, and I don't know if any of my colleagues actually went through it. In the grand scheme of things for this, you know, maybe it doesn't matter, it comes out to a negative declaration, but just for this body moving forward, it does leave us open to a challenge because we didn't actually go through seeker. So, you know, it's my background, and that's, just wanted to share that with my colleagues. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Clark. Mr. Robinson?
Thank you, Mr. President. Just wanted to address Mr. Anderson's comments regarding the youth safety and support hours, and I wish he was here. to listen to what I have to say about the youth safety and support hours. But hopefully he watches. And,
he was for it before he was against it. But go ahead, Mr. Robinson.
Yeah. So hopefully if he's watching this, you know, if he's going to be on the contrary against it, he might need to have all the facts. But he can't have all the facts because the legislation has not even been introduced yet. So I will pose a question. How much do you love your kids enough to keep them safe? And as leaders, we need to ask ourselves, how much do we love the kids of this city to keep them safe? We should love them enough to face the hard truth that too many of them have already lost their lives to gun violence. Too many have been caught in the cycle of mass incarceration. Too many names read at vigils, too many faces missing from classrooms, and too many futures cut short. That's why we are exploring youth safety and support hours. And we need to understand that this is not a traditional curfew, and this is not a police state. In fact, the legislation hasn't been introduced, because right now we are meeting with community focus groups, parents, young people, and leaders to get their input. We are building this with the community and not over the community. What we're taking is a public health approach. Safe spaces, mentors, outreach workers, counselors, and rapid support when young people are the most vulnerable. This is not about punishment, but it's about prevention. Cities that have used this model have seen real reductions in shootings and retaliation because prevention works. And for him to call it wasteful spending, he must understand that what's truly wasteful is a bullet that should have never been fired. Wasteful is the hospital bed after a shooting that could have been prevented. Wasteful spending is the $40,000 a year it takes to incarcerate one young person, when that same investment can fund mentors and training to keep dozens moving forward. What's wasteful spending is a funeral cost that it costs parents to bury their child. So I would say to Mr. Anderson, get the facts first, let the legislation be introduced, then you can make your comments about what you would like to see in this piece of legislation. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Robinson. Once again, he was for it before he was against it. 2 years sitting at that table, so that's for the record as well. Mr. Kimbrough. Oh, I didn't see you, Mr. Ballard, sorry.
Yeah, I don't know how I'm going to follow that, but so I just want to get the record straight on the resolution for an appointment. And I don't want to discourage anybody from wanting to join this board. This is a critical board in our city. This is a critical board that does a lot of work, and we need good people to want to join. I don't think my hesitation with moving forward with the resolution wasn't because of the candidate. The candidate was an excellent candidate, and I hope and I look forward to be able to vote for that behalf. It was because we were asked to go outside of our normal procedure. Our normal procedure is what we were doing. So I just want to make sure that that's clear. We were looking to fill a vacancy or fill a holdover that had the longest amount of time held over, okay? That is how we normally do it. That was part of our planning public safety committee. However, we got an email last week from board members asking us to fill a different vacancy. And I felt that deserved consideration and conversation. So I want to make sure that's very clear to those who are serving now, those who have served for many, many years, that in no way was that a slight or an attempted slight on anybody. At least I don't think it was an attempted slight on anybody. And I want to make sure they understand that. And I also want to encourage more people. We have 2 applicants for this vacancy we have left. I want to encourage more people to apply because I'd like to see it filled. I'd like to see all of our slots filled constantly. If we're being told by our partner in government that they're having a difficult time filling their slots, I want to have so many applicants that we can't fill our slots, that we can then share our applicants with our partner so that they can fill their slots, so that this body is full. And I just wanted to say that because I don't want it to seem as if it was a slight on anybody. It was I felt it needed more time and more consideration, and I appreciate that. Thank you.
Motion to adjourn?